Hey guys, how you going? Just back here at our Wynnum project. So as you can see, this job's flying along. She's up in the air. We've just got lindens turning up over there with all of our slab and footing steel. So come with me and I'll show you the next stage of so where we're up to now is pretty much like any of our jobs. We're up to the slab prep. So in the last video I showed you all the plumbing under slab and getting all the pipe work in the ground ready so that we could do our slab prep. So that was last Wednesday. It's now Monday. So the boys have spent the last few days, Thursday and Friday, you can see here, starting to prep the slab. So we'll take you in here and give you a look around. So this one's a little bit different. It's a really good soil in this area, and we're pouring the footing and the slab in the same pour. So depending on the job and the engineering and the soil type, you might have a conventional footing, which means you'll go around all those trenches you can see in the ground. You go around and do all those first and pour those. You leave starter bars coming up out of them, and then you pour your slab on top. This particular design, this is good soil. We're doing the footing and the slab all in one pour. So all those trenches you can see going around, they're going to be all the thickening. So they're internal beams that run through the slab to stiffen it all up, and they're generally placed under where all your walls are going to go. And then where you can see we've got this blue deco, so you can see here we get the deco because it compacts really well. A lot of people are using the recycled concrete and stuff now, and it doesn't compact very well. It's very powdery and dusty. We use the old school deco, so it gets really nice and compacted. Machine rolls over it. And that basically builds our pads up to height. So if we go around here, so the boys got all the boxing in. So this one's got a really deep slab edge on it, so we're using form ply. We've got 600mm form ply on here because our slab edge is around 500mm. And then when you get over the other side over there, I'll take you over there in a minute, we're just using normal boxing. Through the middle there, we've got a storage area, so that boxing that is hanging over that beam, that's for a step down in the slab. So we like to box everything up and pour everything in one go. So that'll give us a rebate in our slab where we step down from our internal slab area to our storage area. So we've got a 60mm step down, and then we've got 50mm of fall. So the water that does get into that area, it's an outside storage area, the water will run away from the external walls of the house. So getting all your slabs set up right, your drainage, and making sure your water runs away from your slab and footings is really, really important, because moisture is what damages a house. When you've got water sitting around your footings and making the ground moist all the time, that's what will give you a lot of movement, cracking, subsidence and all that sort of thing. So thinking about all that now, getting all your ground heights right around the outside, getting the falls and the rebates in your slab correctly, will save you a lot of headaches in the future. You won't have any dramas. So if you come up here, we've got our step. So we've got a step boxed up in our, so we'll pour all that in one as well. Again, because we've got such a high slab edge, we need a step to get inside. So if you come back here, get a bit of a better view there. So machine's just over there now finishing off. We've got 2 more thickenings to dig and 1 external footing. And then you can see we've got a pile of deco there. The boys will come through and start leveling the deco out, which will end up like that. And that's our finished slab or ground pad prep, ready to start prepping all the plastic and the steel. So what happens next on this area through here, so once we've got our boxing done, so we're back to normal boxing here now. We use the Macket brackets. These things are absolutely fantastic. You can wind them in and out up here to adjust them and make sure your boxing is perfectly straight. So because they're adjustable, we like to pull a string line, and we generally wind them in at the top sort of 3 to 4 millimeters. That way when the pressure of the concrete goes against the boxing, it pushes it back and it comes up straight. But because of this adjustability of these brackets, we can leave our string lines set around the perimeter of our slabs, and as the concrete goes in, we can actually wind these in and out so we can get dead straight slab edges. It's absolutely perfect. So behind me here, where the boys have come through, this area here has already got its deco in, the pad's already set to height. The next step here is to put the black plastic in. So this gets a moisture barrier between the dirt and our concrete. So the moisture barrier will go down through the footings, up over the pads, down through the thickenings and so on, until all the dirt and the deco is completely covered with a waterproof membrane or moisture barrier. So that stops the moisture being able to come up out of the ground and into the concrete. Really, really important that you do that well. You lap all your joins, you tape all your joins, but also around the edge here, really important that the plastic comes through and the boys poke it underneath the boxing so it's completely sealed on the bottom. So yeah, I'll give you another video in a day or so. We'll get all our plastic in and tomorrow we'll start laying all our mesh. This one is a honed concrete slab, so just get out of the light around here. So being a honed concrete slab, this slab is actually 150mm thick and 2 layers of mesh. So it has a bottom layer that's about 30mm off the ground, and then another layer that's up at about 110, I think it is. We've got 110 chairs. So when you're doing honed concrete, your prep is so important because concrete will always crack, like always. You can't do anything about it. It's a product that moves around. So a lot of people go away from the honed or the polished concrete because they don't understand concrete. They think it's going to be a perfect finish all the time. Concrete moves, it does get shrinkage, cracks in it. But if you're doing it from the beginning, there's things you're going to do you'll never eliminate it completely, but you can minimize it. So this slab has got more thickenings in it than normal. Like I said, it's 150 thick. So a normal traditional house slab is only 100mm thick. Because it's honed, it's 150, and a normal traditional slab only has 1 layer of mesh. This slab has 2 layers of SL92 mesh, so the mesh is a lot thicker than normal as well. So but guys, that's the next stage of the slab prep. I'll keep you updated in the coming days when we start to put the mesh in.